Yo, what are you saying, people? Welcome back to the KizawaDJ YouTube channel. Today I'm coming out with something a little bit different. No, I'm not uploading a live mix. I'm uploading a tutorial style video. I'm coming at you today with the golden rule of DJing. I promised you guys over the past year I'm going to start uploading some videos like this, some tips videos, some talking videos, just some general DJ videos. And here I am today with my first one. I got a brand new microphone so I can actually create these videos now. This video is going to be talking about kind of the unspoken rule of DJing, and I feel like every time you go on a tutorial online, you go on a beginner side of, some tips videos, they never actually tell you this. It took me 6 months into my DJ career to actually find out about this rule, and many beginner DJs and people like I teach to DJ, they don't quite understand this rule and they don't implement it into their sets until I kind of, I have to tell them that this is the most important rule of DJing. And of course, when you do understand it, it starts to make sense, and all your sets start to click in, and it sounds brilliant. So if you don't know what we talked about already, it's mixing in phrase. Mixing in phrase is, without a doubt, the most important rule about DJing. It's every single transition you make should be in phrase, and every transition you try and make should make sense with phrase in mind. So if you don't know what phrase is, it's how song structures are broken down. So a song will have an intro, it'll have the first drop or the first build up, it'll have then the drop or the break, and then it'll have the second drop, and it'll carry on from there. So when you mix a song, you want to mix the end of one part into the start of another. This is very, very important because it means that your set is going to have a flow to it, and people can understand, and they can ride along with you in your set. Like when you're listening to a track or you're listening to a mix, and you can tell when that mix is about to drop. You can tell when that song is about to hit a break. Well, if you don't mix in phrase, when people listen to your sets and your mixes, they're not going to be able to tell that, and it's going to create kind of this not very good feeling. It's not going to tell a very good story. It's just going to sound a bit amateurish. And whenever I personally hear a mix that isn't in phrase, you can kind of tell that they're a new DJ, that they're just starting out, and that they don't really know what they're doing. And I think once you implement this and get an understanding of this into your sets, your levels of kind of quality are just going to step up so much higher, just because people are going to respect the fact that you know what you're doing. Okay, so now we've explained the idea and kind of the hope of mixing in phrase. Of course, we're going to go into Rekordbox now, and we're going to explain this properly, and we're going to actually mix in phrase for the first time. So follow along here if you can do. If you look at my cursor, every single song you should be able to see the kind of the phrase of each track. So as you can see, here is the intro of the song, here is the first break of the song, here is the first drop of the song, here is the second break of the song, the second drop, and the outro. So every single track you should load up into Rekordbox, so it should look something like this. If you look down here in just the little track section, you can actually see every single track has a similar sort of structure to it. So should all your tracks. EDM, house, techno, everything has this similar sort of structure. 32 to 64 bars, things start to change, intros into drops into into breaks. So what we're going to do, the easiest way to mix in phrase is to mix the outro of a drop into the intro of a break. So as you can see here, we have the break is right here. So what we're going to want to do is mix the break of this track into the break of our second track. So as you can see, the break of our second track is right here. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to pull this track back by 8 bars, just so that we can get our timing on key. So first of all, we need to get this down to 120 BPM, my bad. There we go. Right, so as you can see, we're going to click play now. So this track is approaching the first break, so we know that we're going to switch breaks here. So obviously we're just going to have to time it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So all we've just done there is just mix one break into another. Really easy mixing. You can realistically do this quite a lot in your sets. It sounds really kind of smooth, and it tells a really good story too. Because what you're doing there is you're actually allowing one track to finish, and you're allowing the next one to build up and then drop, and then you're allowing the next track to build up and drop. So it creates a really good story in your sets. Now, I'd say this type of mixing in phrase works best with like EDM, house, you know, techno and kind of like repetitive music doesn't really work too well, because of kind of the way them songs are structured is they want to tell a structure themselves, they want to tell a story themselves, sorry. So you can't kind of just mash one out and put another one in. But like bass house, future house, them sort of tracks, great, you can do this sort of mixing with that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you some different examples of me mixing in phrase. I'm going to mix the start of intros with the end of drops. I'm going to mix the start of breaks into the end of an outro. I'm going to do different things. I'm going to annotate them below so you can understand exactly what's going on and you can get some ideas of how you can mix in phrase.
Talking in my sleep at night, making myself crazy. Wrote it down and read it out, hoping it would save me. Too many times. He makes me feel like nobody else. Come on. He doesn't love me, so I tell myself. All that she wants, here's another baby. All that she wants, here's another baby.
So there we have it. That is how you mix in phrase. Well, at least hopefully anyway. Hopefully the video and the tutorial has been okay. This is my first ever tutorial video, so apologies if it was a little bit shit and maybe a little bit hard to follow sometimes. Hopefully the annotations over the demonstration was helpful, and hopefully now you have at least an idea and an understanding of when and how you should apply your mixes. It can really help your sets out and really make you sound like a professional DJ, and can actually make you sound like you're miles ahead of where you actually are. If you have a good understanding of mixing in phrase and you're mixing in phrase straight away at the start of your DJ career, people will think you're miles ahead of where you actually are, so bear that in mind. Now, thank you for all the support over the past year. It's been amazing. Thousands of likes, over 300,000 minutes listened to my mixes just on YouTube alone. It's been amazing. Of course, hundreds of you have decided to subscribe, so thank you to every single one of you. I hope this video at least can maybe help some people in their DJ career start your DJ journey off and hopefully make your sets a little bit better. Make sure you leave me a comment down below if you have any ideas or any other tips that you may want from me. I pretty much reply to every single comment, so don't be afraid to leave one down below. Make sure you drop a like if you enjoyed the video. I've got all my social links in the description if you want to go over and follow me or hit me up, ask me a question over there. Feel free to do so. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for the support. I'll see you later.